WWE are making a major change to the Hall of Fame. Drew McIntyre was injured by real glass on SmackDown, and a future PLE location has been revealed. Stay tuned for all the deets. So one of the biggest elements of WrestleMania week for WWE is the WWE Hall of Fame. It's grown in prominence over the years. It's sort of just become this massive event that draws thousands of people. But every year, it's sort of everybody's guessing who is going to go into it. There's always been a lot of speculation about certain missing people like Cyndi Lauper from things like the Celebrity Wing. But it appears WWE are making... Well, they're just having a bit of a shake-up when it comes to the Hall of Fame itself. It was revealed on last night's SmackDown that they are now going to be inducting immortal moments into the WWE Hall of Fame. And they're going to start with Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13, getting inducted as part of the 2025 class.
What a match to kick things off with.
Best of all time.
Yeah, it's like when you mention like some of the best matches of all time, it's in that discussion, right? So if you're going to kick it off and start inducting matches, there is no better place to go than that match. It feels like this is a long overdue evolution of what is the Hall of Fame. There's so many people that should be in it. Yes, there's loads of omissions, but it's also, there's so many people now that are in it that
there's loads of people who are in it like twice as well.
Yeah.
They're clearly running out of people in their heads, so they need more stuff to put in it.
Having matches in there, it's just a nice way to go, yes, this is one of the greatest matches of all time. Obviously, it's by WWE's own perspective, but if someone is new to wrestling and you go, what match do you think is the best match? You've now got another metric that's not just, this is highly rated.
Yeah, and according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, this can apparently be credited to Art Evans, who's currently the person who oversees UFC's Hall of Fame selection process. He's the one who introduced the idea of inducting fights on the UFC side of things. But the big key thing here for me isn't that it's matches. Everybody's talking about matches. It's immortal moments.
Yes, so
I feel like it could be a lot of things. Like we might see, Mick Foley going off the cell going. You could see very specific things that maybe aren't entire matches. It could just be key moments, right?
I mean, that's what WWE likes to tout, right?
It's
the key
all
moments.
about the moments.
It's all about the moments. So yeah, in the future, maybe this is going to be quite a flexible term. These immortal moments could be those key moments that you mentioned there. I'm glad they're starting off with a match, getting, hey, look, here we go. Yeah. Here's a big one. They've said that Bret and Stone Cold are both going to be there during WrestleMania week, during the Hall of Fame.
They're going to make them do the match again in front of everybody, hopefully.
God, imagine if they go, right, to get it in, you have to do it from memory. Go.
Yeah, beat by beat. But where else could it go, though? Where could it stop? We could have the Foreign Object Hall of Fame entry. Like steel chair goes in first.
There's so many different things they could do. Yeah, the best entrance Hall of Fame.
Nah, screw it.
Or does that come under moments?
Oh, the only ones that are allowed to go in are the ones where before music and it's just silently walking.
Silently walking.
Although, you've got to say ring carts have probably got to go in at some point.
Oh yeah, I mean that's got to be something. That surely that's an
Hogan
immortal
slamming Andre.
That's the thing. Yeah. Immortal Hogan slamming Andre has got to be in there at one point.
Tattooed across his back now. You're not allowed to say anything mean about him.
It's quite cringe though.
Well, looking toward WrestleMania itself as well here as we're talking about the Hall of Fame, it's already been confirmed that Mike Tyson is set to appear at WWE World over WrestleMania week itself, but speculation has been running a bit rampant that he might appear on the show itself. He was speaking to Bleacher Report. He commented himself, Mike Tyson, about it on a potential return, saying, "Oh God, I would love to do that. That's me at my childhood best. I had a great time. Let's get a battle royal on the go." Yeah,
so hey, look, if Mike Tyson wants to come in and have a battle royal, then you kind of book him in a battle royal. But also,
it's going to be awkward because what are they going to do for the SmackDown before? They're going to put him on the SmackDown before and be like, you're still part of WrestleMania, Mike.
It's WrestleMania SmackDown. I think we mentioned it ages ago. We think if he's going to appear at WrestleMania, it's got to be something with Jake and Logan Paul. We know that Logan is maybe going for that AJ Styles match. That seems to be the plan.
What if they have the cell set up at WWE World and no ringside tables and he just reenacts, but twice?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you could. Mike Tyson, though, like, what a legend to come back. And we're talking about immortal moments just a moment ago. Him at WrestleMania with Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels.
Shawn.
That's another
the
thing
over
there.
Shawn's head as much as he hated it. Yeah. Go on, get in there, Mike.
Do we think he's going to appear on the main show? Yes or no?
He's going to be ringside. He's going to have the Tyson Fury spot from Cardiff, isn't he? Where somebody's going to run down to cause some trouble. It's Jake Paul.
Boosh. Yeah, that's got to be it, surely.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. But moving toward last night's SmackDown, we had quite an action-packed SmackDown last night, live from London. We saw Lewis Capaldi in the front row. He got a massive shout-out from commentary. He was mentioned as Drew McIntyre's favourite musical artist. And then backstage, we see Drew making plans to go for a cheeky swift pint with Lewis Capaldi. Lewis walks off. It's like, I'll see you in a little bit. And then Drew kind of gets accosted sideways through a door by Damian Priest.
I love this moment because he's like Damian Priest didn't even bother to show up today. And then he walks out and it's Damian Priest at the doorway waiting for him. How did Damian know?
He got lost backstage at the O2. But yeah, Damian Priest then beats Drew down, takes him to a waiting convertible that's just conveniently parked there inside the O2, and then hits a South of Heaven on the windshield of the car, which immediately shatters.
Perfect timing, because who walks past after Drew has been hit onto the windscreen of the car that is now broken? It's CM Punk. Yeah. He looks and he stares it down.
He just sort of like goes, yeah. And then walks on. Like, not my problem anymore.
But Drew took to social media after last night's SmackDown to comment on the spot and says, that was real glass. Get it? Because of Jack Perry. It got in my eye. Oh, well, that's got to hurt.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you get anything in your eye, it hurts, but real, like just actual shards of glass. Like,
shards of glass. Now, if it was real glass, we don't know, but like, it did shatter.
It shattered, and it looked like it shattered like a windshield would shatter. But I don't know, have we got any glass technicians?
If you're a
glass
expert.
repair or glass replace?
Yeah. all the glass stuff. It was a great spot. I enjoy what Drew and Priest is doing. It's starting to pick up a little bit of steam now that we're getting a bit closer to WrestleMania. I like the spot with CM Punk seeing it. It does feel like a subtle AEW. I say subtle. It feels like an AEW reference.
I think I'd have just gone, the glass got in my eye and not mentioned anything to do with little scapegoat. But looking toward TNA, we had some rather shocking news this week when it was revealed that TNA were parting ways with Gail Kim. They fired her. But speaking on his podcast, Matt Hardy has reacted to the recent firing of Gail Kim from TNA. He said, the Gail Kim departure was definitely shocking, very unexpected. I don't think you could have asked anyone if that was on their list of somebody that would be released. I don't think anybody thought that would have been a possibility. So yeah, huge shock. And even reading that news, it was hard to believe that it actually went down. She's very selfless in many ways, especially if she's putting stuff together. She doesn't really play favorites. She wants everyone to go out there and steal the show. She wants all the women to stand out and look great. I think she's truly there for the greater good of whatever she's working on.
And I think that seems to be like the story coming out of this week with the news about Gail Kim's firing from TNA. Everyone has just come out and been like, this is a mistake. She is one of the best hands backstage. She's one of the best people there. She was really someone who fought for the talent to get their ideas portrayed on the show. There's such a shame.
Of trepidation about the names coming in as well to sort of fill these gaps. So it's very, very shocking. But understandably, Matt Hardy must have worked with Gail Kim
for a long time
very closely. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Gail Kim ends up, because obviously she's still got a hell of a lot to give to the wrestling world. But this could prove to be a massive, like, sort of
whichever company gets Gail Kim is got someone who can really, really be an asset to the company, either AEW, WWE, or anyone else that decides to hire her.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Yeah. So fingers crossed she lands on her feet wherever she does end up. But I feel like there's going to be a lot more comes out about this down the line. Yeah. But looking back toward WWE here to round this video out, we got some news regarding a potential future PLE location.
We do indeed. Nick Khan was speaking to the Hindustan Times about a potential show in India. He said, we're penciling out 2026 and 2027 right now. In one of our first meetings with Netflix after the deal was signed, without asking, Netflix handed us a list of their priority countries. At the top of that list was India. We've not seen WWE host a pay-per-view or a premium live event in India.
They've had a very successful run of like house show tours, and international tours, like Storm through India. They have a like monumentally large,
massive audience over
in
there.
India, and obviously India has a population that is just growing and growing and growing. So it's a market that any entertainment company is going to want to try and get into.
100%. We've seen WWE try this in the past, where they had Jinder Mahal as the WWE champion. That year, they really did try push into India. It didn't quite land as well as they'd hoped, but they did, as you said, they had that successful run of house shows. You had Jinder Mahal versus Triple H in one of Triple H's last matches before he retired. It's a no-brainer for WWE to try and get into that market.
They're just going to fall. They're going to fall flat on their arse though, unless they stick the landing with the one thing that'll work, and that one thing is Ring King.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Goldberg. That makes it...
No, you're going to need great Khali on the show.
You need
as
Ring
well.
King. Yes, Ring King, and bring back all the TNA greats from that era.
But yeah, that is it for your second dose of lovely bumper weekend wrestling news. We may be back later on if anything else breaks, but if not, have a lovely weekend. Stick with us over the weekend on the channel. We've got plenty more content coming your way. We'll catch you next week.